Here we go with 1-point perspective. This is something that we really need to show as to what the eye sees. And now, in the 1-point perspective, I will read the rule a little later. First off, we're just going to put some sky and some earth tones on our panel. And to do that, I'll just use the background brush. Okay, not only are we going to use the background brush, but we are also going to use some western sky and warm snow just for our sky. But I'm going to use, we'll just use the background brush here in the old western sky. This will be very dark blue, but we're going to grade down 3/4 of the way on our panel. So let's do this. Starting here at the top. Just grade down here very quickly. Maybe 4 inches, that's probably good enough. And then we'll come back and pick up some warm snow. Now, I'm not going to clean out my brush because we need some of that western sky color in there to start with. So I just added the warm snow to the brush. I'm going to start here. Now you can see that's quite a difference, and we won't leave it that way. We'll come down probably this far, then work up and work this right into our sky that's above. But we won't come back down. Okay, I think that's going to be all right. It's going to look good, in fact. Let's try some more warm snow. Okay, I'll just pick up some more warm snow and go up and come down here. Now let's see, we'll be coming down. There's 1, 2, 3, down to here. This will be horizon right down there. Pick up a little more warm snow. Now we're not really concerned about how neat this sky is, but I think you'll see that putting it on this way, it gives us a good gradation going down, plus we kind of have some light clouds in there, and that will be sufficient to do the grading. Okay, now so make sure pick up a little warm snow now. Get this down here nice and light, because that's where we want to go. All right, now we'll go back down. Now you've noticed that we have the 3 colors out here that we did not start with. This is autumn and sunset and fog. We're just going to move all of this over into one pile. Now this will be kind of our earth tones, and we'll be changing this as we go along. And I might suggest that you use a little bit more fog than the other 2. Everything about equal, except go a little strong with the fog, I think. And I'll clean out my brush. Don't need all that western sky in there. And come back here and load this up with our earth tones. A little more water. And we'll try this. Okay, I'm going to put a line right across here like this. Now this don't have to be just straight as in anything, but it would be nice as it's fairly straight. I kind of come up on the end. That's probably all right. Then we'll just fill this in. See, we have an abstract painting already. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. Now, you go ahead and paint that in as I have, using the same color schemes. Then we're going to come back and start, we'll put a little charcoal, using some charcoal, do a little sketching on there. All right, you had a chance to glance at the rules for painting perspective. Now let's kind of recap it just a little bit. And the rules say for perspective is the art of picturing objects or a scene in such a way as to show them as they appear to the eye with reference to relative, distance, or depth. Okay, I think relative really stands out alone in that. Is almost everything is relative to the distance and the depth. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, then also 1 point perspective rules to learn, remember, and use when dealing with 1 point perspective. All vertical lines remain vertical. All horizontal lines remain horizontal. All receding lines recede toward the vanishing point, which is always at eye level. Okay, now to show that as we want to, we're going to, this is eye level right here, and that's also horizon. But what we're going to do, I established the vanishing point right there. All right, now I'm going to draw a line from that right down here about like this. I'm going to draw one, and let's see, probably, oh, we come down here, about there. Then I'm going, this is going to be just a road going down this way, and it disappears at the horizon over there. Okay, also, we're going to put an old little building out here. You see them along the roads and have for, this is an old one, 50, 60, 70 years old. So this is what we're kind of looking at. And this is going to be a drive out from the highway or the road, and we're going to have room to put the building in here about like this. Now this we will erase, so let's see, let's start with our main point. I'm going to say about right here, and this we want a line right from here down to there. Okay, now this is going to be the front of the building, and so this is a vertical line here coming down here, and we'll cut this in about here, I guess, and it'll come down here like so. See, this is going to be the front of the building. We'll put a line from here, go right to our vanishing point down here. Didn't go too straight, did I? Okay. Now, wait, this is the end of the building. This will go right, these are horizontal lines, and they stay horizontal. Vertical lines stay vertical. We'll put a one there. Now you can see we have an old building sitting alongside the road with a place to drive out, and maybe we can put some gasoline pumps or something in here. We'll do that a little later. Now I have one other thing I want to show you here. We're going to have a fence line, and this will be the bottom of the fence right there. And then also there's going to be a power line or telephone poles or something along here about like that. Okay, we'll be using that. So now you go ahead and paint in the road, paint in the building, and these three lines out here. This will be the side of the side of the road. This will be the base for the fence line, and this will be the base for power poles over here, or telephone poles. Maybe that'd be something more what we need. And then we'll also have a fence line over here, but we'll worry about that later. Let's just go ahead with what we have going here. Then we'll come back and space our fence posts and power poles and all that type of thing. So you go ahead and draw that in, then we'll come back and draw in our fence posts and whatever things we need to draw on there. as I said, we're going to show how to space fence posts. Now, like I said, this line here is the bottom of the line for the fence post. So what I'm going to do, and we'll just go up to eye level and bring a line down to the base here, and we have established a fence post. Now we need to establish another fence post, and so we will go up to this point and bring one down to there. Okay, now we have two fence posts, and you can see where the fence is going this direction. Now to find out where the next fence post goes, we draw an imaginary line. We find the center, the distance, this halfway point between here and here, and so we put a point there. From that, or from the top of this fence post through this line down here. Oh, going too steep. Need to see what I'm doing here. And then I don't know if I know what I'm doing. We just come down through there. Stay on the same line, and where this line intersects with this line down here will be where the next fence post goes. Now you can see that though these two are closer together than these two. And then we do the same thing again, find the center of this fence post here, draw a line from here down here, and where it intersects there, that's where the next fence post will go, which will be here. See, isn't that neat how that turns out? Okay, now, so we'll just kind of do this and very quickly now. Getting our fence posts in here. And when we get down the line of ways, we can just kind of not worry too much about how that, we can just kind of guess these now as they go down here. See those fence posts going down there like that. All right, now we have that line. Now while we're over here, we're going to establish our telephone poles, and this will be the base for this line here will be the base for those. Now of course they're going to be taller. They're going to be coming up, say up this far. So we'll put one in here, down to there. Then let's establish the next one, say about here, and we'll put a line down here like this. Okay, now what we need to do, and now one thing I might say, that this line on the top of those fence posts, you follow that in and it comes right into the vanishing point. Well, we need a line from here down to the vanishing point there. So that would give us the height of this one, this telephone pole here. Now we need to put the next one in, and we'll do the same things we did with the fence post, and that would be about halfway there. So we put a line down through here, about like that, come down to there, and that's where the next post will, our pole will go, right there. Again, same thing. This one, put a line here, and go from the top of this one down to there, and there's where the next pole will go. And there's the next pole. And the next pole about there, and there, and there, and there, and there. See how they recede away from us. Now, we have the cross arm on these, and you go with just remember the rule. All vertical lines remain vertical. All horizontal lines remain horizontal. So they would just go across here like this, and here, 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 here. Okay. Now you can see what we have. We have our roadway here, the drive out for our filling station over here, and we have our power poles here. And if you want to know how long these are, just draw a line from here down to your vanishing point, and where these intersect with that line, and this line over here, the same thing. So that gives you another check on how to put those in. You go ahead and draw those in as I have. Then we're going to come back and do just a little. No, I tell you what, it will just take us a minute to put a roof on this building. So I'm just going to put a point there and bring this down here about like that, and again keep this horizontal, and this line and this line parallel there. Okay, now we have a roof on our building. So you go ahead and draw that stuff in, then we're going to come back in and start painting it in. After looking at this building, I can see that's not not going to get any kind of an architectural award. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut down the height of that, and maybe it won't look so much like an old hotel or something. So I'm just going to draw a line right up here about like that. Okay. Erase this out. With charcoal, it's quite easily done. If you had already painted it, why, you could forget it. Okay, we have that line. So now we'll put a gable on this. And one way you can find where to place the top of the roof is put a line right down here about like that, and one from this corner down to this corner. And this point being right here, you go directly up to about here, and that's where the top of the roof is. Draw a line from here down there, and one over here, and that gives us a nicer looking building, I think. The eave line along there, and we probably don't even need it that long as far as that goes. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better looking building than what we had. Okay, we made those little changes. Now we get to paint a little bit, and I'm going to use some dark wood and some fog. I have a lot more dark wood than I do of the fog, and we'll just mix these two together, and we'll put in some pavement on our road first. I think that'll give us something to tie into and some reference lines. So first I'll just use the number 2 round brush. We have the old number 2 brush here, and all we're going to do is fill this in first, and with the combination of dark wood and fog. Probably 4 or 5 parts dark wood. Let's see, let's come down to about here like this. Then I'll use a larger brush when I get that far. Use the number 4 round now. Okay, it looks like black top, doesn't it? More or less. Now we could put a divider line down there if we wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to take the time to do it. And that's something that I'm going to leave this for you to add different things. There are a lot of things that you can add to this painting and make it look pretty good. But I'll let you do that. I won't take the time because we wouldn't have time to to do all that anyway. Okay, now I don't think I'm going to put the blacktop. I don't know. Why not? Let's put some out here about like this. Yeah, I think that's probably all right. Yeah, okay, you paint that in as I have. Then we're going to come back and I think we'll go ahead and paint in our building and our fence posts and telephone poles. And then we'll see how much time we have left. Okay, this is going to be an old white building up here, so I'm going to use, but actually there's still just a little bit of the paint from our blacktop in there, so it's not going to be pure white. It's going to be kind of white. But let's try this. Starting, I'm going to paint this in about like this. You can see that I'm whitening it out on this this side, because this is all receding toward the vanishing point. So we'll do one here. Like that. Okay, then also we need to put some, paint this in up here. And we'll put a roof on there too. So, okay, we have that sketched in. Now, I'm just going to pick up some cool snow. We don't want to come down. No use doing that because we're going to have to move along pretty good. So I have some cool snow here, and we're going to put it over on this side because this is in the shadow. And we'll keep all of our strokes going horizontal here. No, not going to a vanishing point here at all. Okay, now I have that kind of sketched in. Once you go ahead and paint that in, then we'll come back and put a roof on here, and then put in our other goodies over on this side. And then this is going to be set up so that you can do some painting after the class is over. I mean, you can go home, take this home and paint in. You can paint, you can make fields out of this. You could put shocks of grain, corn, or whatever in there. And then also you use your imagination and put something in over on this side too. But we still have to put in our door and window in here probably, and if we're going to put in our gas pumps, they'd be out here, and the roof. So we have a long way to go. So you go ahead, paint that in, then we'll come back and work on something else. You can notice we have some burning bush color here. I'm going to use the number 2 round or liner brush, whatever it's called, and we're going to paint in our roof. And we'll just do it with this brush right here, and hopefully we can paint that in just like that. And let's see, another one here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, you can paint in your roof now. And we can put just a small bit of this coming down here now. Oh, but I guess that's all right. Okay, paint that in, and then we'll see how much time we have. If we can put some lap siding, whatever, on there. Otherwise, I'll let you do that, and I'll show you how to lay that out for that. So before I turn it over to you, okay, go ahead, paint your roof in. Then I think we'll probably put in a door and a couple windows over here on this side, and then maybe we can put in our pumps there also. So I need to dress this roof up just a little bit. It's kind of got away from me a little bit, so I need to drop this line down here a little bit and come down to about there. There, that looks better. Yeah, I think that, oops. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, now I'm going to do just a little bit of sketching with the charcoal, and we're going to put a couple windows on this side, and we'll put them in about like this. And you can do your own windows, whatever you want to do. We might put a small one here. But I would say keep the top of the windows all the same height. Okay, around the corner and one, let's see, we'll put the door over on this side here. Don't make the door too wide now. Don't make it like a barn door, in other words. Okay, now we're going to come over here and we'll put in a window. It goes quite a long window. These will be going to the vanishing point. I didn't get that too good. Something like that. Seems like a tall door, but we're probably going to have some steps coming in here too. So, like that, we'll put a step going in there. Okay, that's something to trip on. All right. We've sketched those in. You go ahead and do that. Sketch those in. Then we'll fill this in and come over here and paint in our poles and posts. if you'll notice, I still have some paint left over from the blacktop that we put on our road. So I'm going to use this to put in our poles and posts. And if you don't have any left over, what I use is just the dark wood with a little bit of fog in it. But you can do your own thing too. If you want to put a little mahogany in this or something, why, be my guest. But we'll try this. The power poles go first. So let's wonder where they got that power pole at. Now, if you think about it, this would be another vanishing point up here someplace, because if you go far enough, why they come closer together and would actually go to the vanishing point up there. But we're not going to be that technical. We're going to come down to this one. This is not going to be as wide as this, or as the circumference will not be as great with this one as it is this one, and the same way with this. As they recede, they become more slim and trim. Okay, now we'll put the cross arm on here, on this one. Now, like I say, to check that, you can draw a line, and of course, if you're going to put in the telephone lines, why, you would be doing this anyway. So from here, you just go down to the vanishing point, and of course those will become shorter as they go toward the vanishing point. So you can do this, and if you would like to paint this on your own after you do it once, you can come up with a lot of new things that you can paint on there. They should be getting not only shorter, but slimmer as they go. Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, fence posts. Same thing. This one will be the fattest fence post. This one's a little skinnier. Okay, we have our fence posts in, we have our power poles, and so let's go ahead and block in these windows here while we're off and running. mostly off, I think. Now we need to put some frames around those. I don't know if we'll have time or not, but in case we don't, you can put those on. Okay, this is about all we're going to do with these windows right now. You go ahead and paint in what I have, then we'll come back and work on this some more. Okay, we need to, if we're going to put in our gasoline pumps, we better do that. So we'll just make like there's an island out right in here, probably about right in here, and we need a line going to the vanishing point in one, coming down there. One up there. This will be the island of the pumps. And we'll put one pump here, not like this. See, I guess about like that. There. Now we'll paint those in a little bit. Then actually I'm going to we're going to show where some shadowing is going to go. Going to come up here and out this way. This will be shadowed in there, and there'll be shadows from the posts, although I'll leave that up to you. If you put vegetation or something along in here, your vegetation will probably cover up a lot of the shadowing anyway. But I think probably running about like this is where those will go. And like that. And that's about the only shading you'll see. So we just have sketched that in. So you go ahead and sketch in your the pumps and where the shadowing is going to go. Then we'll come back and paint it in, and that's about all we'll do with this. We'll leave the rest of it up to you. I'm going to use some sunset, and we're going to try and paint in our pumps here. No, I tell you what I really need to do. I need to put the base in first. I believe that'll be a better thing to do, so I'll just use some autumn with a little bit of warm snow in it, and this will be the base for the. Now this is just autumn with maybe 2 parts warm snow, 1 part autumn, and we'll paint this in first. Okay, now put a little more warm snow with this. We'll paint the front of this. See, this is kind of an island, so it sits up in the air. Or so there's an elevation to it anyway. And then we'll paint the pumps in like this. Okay, now I'm going to use some dark, well, I'll tell you, we put some red in. How that be? This time of night you get rather silly. This is burning bush, that's what I tried to say. And it didn't come out that way. Okay, now you'll need to have some hoses on there, and I'll leave that up to you. You can do that. Those are funny looking gas pumps, but maybe we better put a hose of some kind on there. I'm just using some of the paint that we had for our blacktop here. I don't know. No, I'm going to let you put those in. But we do need to have a little shadow coming down there. Out there. I'm going to put some shadowing over here. Paint this in now. Okay. My paint's getting a little dry, as you can probably tell. Okay, now we need to put some shadowing out here. And one more thing that we need to put in this, we can't forget to put in, is a chimney. We need a chimney. So let's put one about right here. One big enough for Santa Claus to go down. All right. Now I went ahead and took out all of the construction lines that we had in there. I just erased those out. So you go ahead and put the things in that I did very crudely. But remember, what I want you to use your own imagination and finish this painting. There are many, many things you can do to improve on it. I didn't really finish this too good right here. Show that there, about like that. And then I think we need to have some shrubbery or something in here to break that up, so it's just not out in the middle of nowhere. So I'll leave that up to you, and that's a good chance for you to paint on your own and think on your own, and probably you come out with a heck of a lot better looking painting than I did. So I think that's about all I'll do, and I'll leave the rest up to you.